I have this sinking feeling because I feel like I have so little sleep and I just feel like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now. Like, keeping the shots organized in my head. I shot listed 7 days in a row, like 7 shoot days. They're all blending together.
The two words that come to mind are spectacular failure.
Even if I have a mental breakdown in the middle of shooting it, it'll get done. Action.
Can you state your name and job title, please?
My name is Ryan Leawood, and I am the director of Shadows.
So again, how long are we out from shooting?
5.5 months. We are 5.5 months from shooting.
You can't see.
I think the greatest pressure comes from my own standards. I don't want to settle for something less than perfect because it's in my nature. But also the nature of art is embracing imperfections. I feel pressure because I want to make something great. Can you shoot this entire thing in 120p?
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm doing right now.
Excellent. Exterior, white forest, night. Black silhouettes of trees cut through the white milky fog that fills the forest. There are no signs of life. Everything is still, until suddenly there is a scream. Help! Cut 2. The voice belongs to Travis as he runs for his life through the misty black forest, aimlessly trying to escape whatever is chasing him. A faint whisper in the wind follows him with every step.
And so what is Shadows about?
Shadows follows Travis, a drug-addicted teen who struggles with mental illness, who pushes everyone he loves out of his life. He's haunted and tormented by shadow creatures that threaten to take him and everyone he loves. So Travis must come to terms with his illness and his addiction in order to overcome the challenges that he's faced with in the film.
100.
100 exactly.
Exactly. We are 100 days from shooting.
How does that feel?
Great. I'm excited.
I didn't feel like I had a solid grasp on the script. It needed a lot more work to sort of make flow and make more believable. It took a lot longer than I anticipated to get to a point that I was happy with it. I wanted to start shooting in May, but it wasn't until I think April that I had a script that I was really happy with. It was a very roundabout way of getting into filmmaking because I grew up with my parents and my brother playing music, and that sort of embedded my love of art in my soul, being surrounded by art constantly. And then I met a very close friend of my brother's and mine, Brandon Bame, and he was really an inspiration when it came to filmmaking because he told these these stories that were exceptionally well told, and he would just tell stories that he wanted to tell. There didn't have to be any real standards for it. It was just, this is the story I want to tell, and this is how I want to tell it.
So yeah, iron out the dialogue, iron out what I'm going to say in the talking head portion of the fundraiser video. And then when Nate is in town, we shoot that fundraiser video. So
What was your plan to raise all that money, and how much did you need to raise to make it?
So the proposed budget for Shadows was $30,000. And I thought, we came up with a few methods of raising the money. We were going to do a series of fundraisers, some of which we did do, as well as doing an Indiegogo campaign. And I thought if we had a kick-ass video for the Indiegogo fundraiser, we would raise the funds for sure.
I just fuck around with them until it looks right. I don't actually know the theory behind it. I know that ISO make it darker or lighter. My name is Nathan Kulak. Professional, yeah. I go by Nate most of the time, as you know. Please cut this, like, just to make it seem less awkward. Don't put like the whole like out. Ryan was talking to me about it. He said, "Yeah, I got this script. It's like in its first or second draft so far. I think it's what we're gonna shoot next year. Do you want to audition for the lead?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll audition." I don't know how, but I'd somehow convinced him that I was the man for this part. His exact words were, "Do you want to be the lead?" I said, "What do you mean? Like, I'll audition." He said, "Nate, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that you can do what I want you to for this movie." Not gonna lie, I thought the snow would be crisper.
Yeah.
I thought I'd be able to walk on part of it.
Right?
That's how it is mostly at my house. I also thought there wouldn't be as much of it,
Yeah,
because there isn't that much anywhere else.
it's okay. There are tracks up here that we can follow.
There are traps.
Tracks. Travis, Nate's character, is haunted by these shadow creatures. And I want to shoot them practically, so I have this black morph suit that we can't find. So I'm going to have to do them impractically, because Nate's only here until Sunday. And it is currently Wednesday. And we're shooting the rest of the video tomorrow because we're trying to work around my jobs. So I'm going to have Taylor be a stand-in, who's usually our sound guy. He's going to be our stand-in. And then you're going to be standing in. And action. You're just standing. You're standing. Okay, keep standing. Beautiful. All right, and mixing it up. Standing, like try to like defend yourself. Yeah, shaking. That's good. Now imagine like this is the scariest dream you've ever had, but you can't wake up from it, right? Oh, that's good. I see a lot of emotion in your eyes. Yeah, like up and then forward. All right, and 3, 2, 1, action. That was so fast.
Dawson Creek is a very small town in northeastern BC. And while there is an abundance of an arts scene here, there is nothing in the way of filmmaking. We don't have a photography course in the college anymore, and we don't have a filmmaking course in the college. If you want to pursue post-secondary education, you have to go to a larger city center. And Dawson just doesn't have the infrastructure for filmmakers set up. So Macwood is doing our best to ensure that we have that infrastructure. We're building it ourselves. Macwood Productions is a family. We are a very tight-knit group of artists, and we all love each other very much. We are very close, and we enjoy working with one another, and that makes filmmaking so much more enjoyable.
Spending time with a bunch of idiots who have no idea what they're doing. But you will have a good time. I promise.
You guys are like family, and I love you guys. I don't know, I felt like I belong with you guys, I honestly do.
On the record, I see you guys as tools with which to make lots of money.
Action.
See? You're trying to run away from us. You're pathetic, Travis. You're pathetic. You're weak. There's nowhere else to run.
Cut. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap on Shadow's Indiegogo video.
I took the longest time to do my sleep than that.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and helping. It means the world to me, to us. Hopefully we can make a lot of money off this video so we can get the feature film made. Yeah.
And so, how much did you end up raising through the crowdfunding campaign?
We ended up raising, I think, a little over $900. And that's not 30,000. That sucked. That hurt. It was a low blow. It hurt my feelings. I figured, hey, it's a horror film. Everybody likes horror. But it just didn't happen that way.
Why do you think it failed?
I think the Indiegogo video just wasn't good enough. I think it came down to planning and execution. And while it was planned very meticulously, it wasn't executed particularly well. And I feel like that had a huge impact on the final product.
Mm-hmm. And so you didn't think about quitting or anything like that?
No.
Why?
Because there were a lot of people on our team that were relying on me to finish the movie. I had already promised a number of people that we were doing it, and so that's what we were going to do.
You're a painter, you have all you need when you want to start out is you need a canvas and you need paint. To be a filmmaker to start out, you need f***ing cameras, you need editing software, you need someone to invest in your movie, you need all this shit. It's like you can't just do it in a vacuum by yourself. You have to do it with other people, and other people really suck. Case in point. Me.
15 more places today if we can.
When is your the fundraising thing?
The fundraiser is April 24th, so that's in a couple weeks.
Okay. When's the when do you want to push the shoot date?
May 6th.
We're shooting in less than a month.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we can push the shoot. Everybody's locked in. I believe. Hi.
My chest is so tight.
Oh, why?
What do you mean, why? Tell Nate to push it to June.
I'll have a meeting with him.
I'd say the thing that impacted me most was just the constant changing of schedule of the movie. There was the initial, because we were initially going to film it in May of 2024, And then Ryan called me on, I think, April 15th of 2024 and said, hey, can we push this back a month? Now, luckily for him, I did not have a job secured at all over the summer. So that didn't end up affecting me a whole lot. But that could have very easily, if I'd gotten like a summer job and said, okay, I'll start in June, just give me, that could have, but luckily, like, it didn't.
I'm sick.
So you're sick, and what are you doing today?
We're doing auditions today.
You excited?
I am very excited.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna yell action and cut.
I don't think that's necessary.
Oh.
I know, sweetheart.
I wish he could be here.
I know, sweetheart. Me too.
You have read with how many people so far?
3.
1,
Four.
2, 3, 4.
4.
So we have cast the employee, and I'm pretty sure we've cast Greg. Like, I'm fairly certain. We've got another audition later today for Greg, but our current pick is pretty up there.
Cool. So how did the auction go?
Good. We raised $590 for the auction items. Raised around $1,000 for the burger and beer special. So we're at around $1,500 all told. Well, we have $5,000 from a private investor, $1,500 from the silent auction in the burger and beer. That brings us up to $6,500. That's how we're making out so far. My only concern is like how we're going to inevitably have to do the shadow creatures. I've got a few ideas, but none of them are set in stone. Okay. Yeah, my only concern is like they have to look good. Yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna have to find a way to shoot them practically, and that's good. We're gonna have them as practicals on set, right? But there are some effects that I would like to do with them that I think are going to be pretty easy.
Can you see me?
Not worth a shit. No, I can see some vaguely colored blobs.
Yeah, because you can see the outline of your nose because of the lights.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that looks terrifying.
Trying to stand sort of front.
Oh.
And the suit looks cool.
That's actually sweet.
There you go. Oh, that's the main part. Cool. Cool. It's going to be really interesting to do this with the cameras on. Well, I have to move around, not being able to see. I can't wait for the outtakes.
Okay.
How is everything?
Good. Stressful. I need people to send me their schedules, and they're not doing that. So I'm working around the knowledge of 3 out of like 6 people. So that's cool. So you go from days that are like 3 pages, 7/8, which is in the acceptable margin, to the next day, 6 pages and 2/8. And that's going to be a massive undertaking, but it's really dependent on when and how many days people are available for. And it's like, can you do yourself a favor by stretching out the days? Yes. Will it cost you more days? Yes. Do you have more days? No. So can you actually make those days easier to shoot? Yes. You can reduce the number of setups you have to do. You can reduce how long you have to shoot for in the day.
The schedule was always different. I know the initial version of the schedule Ryan sent, I was kind of pestering him for it. I said, Ryan, like, hey, what's the schedule? What's the schedule? I'm trying to organize other things in my life around this. And he said, okay, like, he's obviously dealing with a whole lot of other stuff. This isn't in any way like me blaming Ryan or me like anything like that, but it's just something that affected me is that then he finally gets me the schedule, and within 1 hour, he says, actually, no, that's wrong. And I just said, Ryan, can I make the schedule? I did 2 things for this movie. I was a lead actor, and I also made the schedule.
So it is Thursday, May 30th. We are 4 days out from shooting, and that should make everyone very nervous because we have a lot of issues that we have to solve. We have to track down houses.
Yes, yeah, I've been thinking about that all night.
Most of these weekdays, we have to wait until after 3:30 to shoot because we are working with students. We still need to hear back from Sean about shooting at the school because we gave him 2 days that we need the school for. We need one more creature. We need someone else to play a creature. We need Aaron to be available on June 18th, which, God forbid. Today, I have to get my schedule done, figure out when we're able to shoot on all the days, and send it off to the caterer. I have to get other stuff done. I can't work on scheduling anymore. We are grossly behind schedule, and we have to shoot in 4 days. We've got a festival that we're shooting in a few hours. You know, got to pay the bills while we've got the movie going on. We try to pick up client work as much as possible. Today is June 1st, and we start shooting June 3rd. So we're 2 days from principal photography. I'm looking forward to just getting the movie shot so I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I'm dead serious about that. It's the lead up to shooting the film has been so stressful. It stopped being enjoyable for a little while, but it's back to being enjoyable, which I really appreciate.
I understand through all this that you've had some pretty exciting news. What is that?
Yeah, my girlfriend is expecting. We should have a healthy baby boy just in time for the premiere of the film, which has been really huge.
So how does that feel on top of doing the movie with that pressure and now, you know, obviously expecting a child?
I'm just glad that he's not going to come sooner because, yeah, as I understand it, my knowledge of sleep is going to change. I'm going to have a lot less time to work on stuff. So if I can get as much of the edit done before the baby is born, then life should be pretty good. I was really, really stressed over the last week. And now that we're so close to shooting, I feel much better about it.
I felt really prepared because I had a week of shot lists done in advance. I felt great about it. And then day one came.
Say hi, guys.
Hi.
A lot of fun.
How do you feel?
Not great.
And so we got down there just as it started raining. It ended up raining fairly hard intermittently. Like by the time we were leaving there, it was a slew. And we had to walk uphill back to where we parked, and we couldn't take the trail back because it had turned into a miniature mudslide. A lot of people fell over going up and down. We ended up walking through the bush because we could grab onto trees.
I have this sinking feeling because I feel like the weather is throwing me off. I have so little sleep, and I just feel like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now. Like, keeping the shots organized in my head. I shot listed 7 days in a row, like 7 shoot days. They're all blending together. I'm just very confused right now about what we have to get, and we don't have the freedom to shoot because of the rain. So working around this is just another added layer of like, what are we doing here right now? Yeah, we're gonna get this one shot, and then that should be everything we're able to shoot for scene 1. And then we're gonna move on to scene 41, which is also here. But we got a boogie.
I felt really thrown off because my camera was in a bag. I couldn't see my monitor, everything was really wet and slippery, and my shot lists and my script got soaked, so I couldn't read them. I was just feeling very mentally fatigued from the weather and from all of the preliminary work that I had done. It was rough.
Bad start.
Bad start. But if you start at the bottom, then you only have up to go. That was worded really poorly.
And we are so much farther ahead of schedule than I thought we would be.
Why's that?
Because we're just the best at what we do. And then open it slowly, stop there, a little more closed. Right there. I'm having a blast.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Now,
so
really
far.
tell the truth?
I hate him. Striking. I think we're about halfway through now. I think we're less than halfway through now.
The amount of support that we received from the community on this film was phenomenal. Sure, we didn't get a lot of money from the community, but that's only part of what a film crew needs to succeed. We need locations, we need catering. All of our catering was donated for the film. All of our locations were donated. That was such a huge boost to the morale of the crew that I think it made the film possible. Not only the morale boost, but the physical donations as well.
Oh, dude, Starter Sing is sick as hell.
He looks like Ringo.
So how did today go?
I like to be optimistic. I want to say what we got today was good. But two words come to mind, and I don't think it's fair to say, but the two words that come to mind are spectacular failure.
We needed it to be pitch black, and because we're in the middle of summer at this point, it wasn't getting dark until 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock at night. So we spent a couple hours blocking because we were waiting for the sun to go down, and it was just taking forever. I felt terrible because everybody, I could feel it in the air. Everybody was starting to feel really put out by being there so late, in the cold, in the damp. It was not a good situation to be in.
And 5 minutes later, Ryan said, "We're gonna finish it later." Now at this point, we were already like 5 days behind in shooting because of weather. So on one hand, I was like, I can go home. And on the other hand, I was like, well, this is just gonna go on forever, isn't it?
We have 2 days booked, one tomorrow and one the next day, where we need to shoot crucial scenes for the film, and we don't have a location.
We needed a location for Mr. Foster's house, and the person who said that they would handle getting the location for Mr. Foster's house did not. So we ended up not being able to shoot the next day, which pushed the production back 2 days and was responsible for us having to recast Corey Longley, who was set to play Mr. Foster, because he was moving. We had shot 2 2 scenes with Corey.
It makes me feel frustrated because I thought we had it sorted. I just don't want to deal with tomorrow and the next day. I just don't want to shoot right now. I want to have more time to prepare.
I have to recast Mr. Foster today because we have to shoot with the new Mr. Foster in 3 days, which I still have to reach out to the new Mr. Foster and find out if he's even available to be in the film. If he's not, I do not know what we're going to do.
It's our schedule that has me all worried. Because we have to potentially shoot a bunch of client work. Not potentially, we have to shoot a bunch of client work at the beginning of July, and all of my contingency days have been eaten up by those. So we're not able to film Greg's house. No, we're not able to film Foster's house on the days that that I wanted to. So I'm starting to get this sinking feeling that we have now 2 months to shoot, around 8 more days, I think, because we have to go back and do pickups for a bunch of stuff. What happens to the movie if our lead leaves town before we're done?
Do you think that is a possibility?
I like to consider the worst possible scenario, just to have contingency plans for it.
I took a month off work for the initial month of shooting. It was fine. But then we get into that second set where I couldn't afford to take more than a month off work. I probably couldn't afford to take 1 month off work, but I really wanted to do the project. So I start working again. Now I'm doing a full-time job. And for the entirety of the shoot, the second part of the shoot we did, I'd work. After work, I'd go to town and shoot. I'd come back to my cabin and I'd go to bed. And then I'd wake up and go to work. And then I'd go to the shoot. And then I'd come back and go to bed.
It's 2 a.m. right now. I start my shift at about 6:30 a.m., an 8-hour shift. I have not slept in a little while. It's going to be a little longer, I do think. I get off work tomorrow at 3. Normally, I would say, okay, a bit of a long one, I can snooze after that. Well, you know what I'm doing? At 3 p.m. tomorrow,
Filming.
coming right back here to keep doing this movie.
Is it 3 or is it 5?
It's 5.
Oh, well, I can take a 1-hour nap. Yay!
And obviously I do not regret it. I know why that had to happen. This is a small business. It needs to make money. On the other hand, if these guys weren't my friends and they were just my bosses, I would have left the project. Probably not, but I like to be dramatic.
What's going on with your hair?
So I went to the barber shop and I was like, I want to get it cut the same as last time. They're like, how much? And I was like that much, leave on. And then I showed him a picture of like what my hair looked like right after I got cut the last time. And the guy was like, hold my beard. And I was like,
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah.
Continuity is overrated, right?
I'm just going to have a hat on in this scene, I think. Yeah, let's reshoot the whole movie.
I'm down.
Some idiot decided that they didn't want to check to make sure the microphone's boom pole, the nice boom pole, made it into the vehicle when we drove 40 minutes out of town.
Who was that idiot?
That's a vacuum for you, a vacuum dustpan. So if you have a broom and shit.
Probably. Well, I'm pointing 4 fingers at myself. So.
Oh, okay.
Probably this guy.
Okay.
But probably you. But maybe you.
As you can see, no scripts, no boom mics. Got actors missing hair. It's
You've made a feature film here in Dawson yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And did about 3 or 4 short films before that over the last 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was exciting. It was fun. Big train set.
One.
Action.
You sleep well?
Yeah, I did, surprisingly.
I never get a lot of sleep. It's my secret. I got enough. Like, I shouldn't be as tired as I am. I just don't sleep restfully.
Is it because of the movie?
I don't know. Maybe it's a lot of things. I got a lot of stuff in my life going on right now.
No.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think it's because of the movie.
Cut. Hello. Who are you?
I'm just a passerby.
No, Grady was just talking to me for the documentary, and he said, why is it such a big deal to have Brandon on set? And I said, because he's been in a number of our short films, and he's just a treat to work with. And Grady brought up a really great point. He's also my inspiration for getting into filmmaking.
Well, you know, what can I say?
And humble, too.
The old Bushman Studios has rubbed off a little magic onto you guys.
It certainly has.
Do I have the Beyonce look with the wind?
Yeah.
Okay,
Travis?
Well, what do you want to do?
Can you show me the slate, please, Steve?
Sorry.
Oh my God.
I didn't break it. It wasn't. It was.
So Charlie, why do you like destroying Macwood's property? I guess it's your
that,
buffalo.
no, this is the old shitty one. This isn't even mine.
Oh no.
Hold up. Oh, the old shitty one doesn't matter.
I think it's gone.
Honestly,
Whatever.
So things are going really well right now.
Yes, we have 2 scenes left. Oh, my monitor turned on. Let's go, Nate.
Oh, it's working. Oh, it's off.
Let's go.
Shadow C26, take 1 series.
Wear your sweater today.
yeah, it's right over there.
Oh, that's good.
No, actually, there's no sweater.
Actually, there was a shot that I had to cut out of the movie because Nate wasn't wearing his sweater for it.
This is our final day of shooting for sure.
Because Nate's not going to be here.
Because I'm leaving for Edmonton on Tuesday because our 1-month shoot got pushed back a month and then ended up taking 3.
Are you relieved or sad that we're finishing up today?
Both. I've loved this production so much, but I f***ing hate this production so much.
That's good.
Mostly love.
Yeah.
Only a little bit hate. I like the people.
Really?
I get to bully Grady, which is really fun. That's like a highest part of my day. We're redoing all of my coverage for the entirety of this 6-page scene.
Yeah, because none of it worked.
Okay. Got it.
That is a wrap on Shadows.
Yeah. Come here, big boy.
I can go to sleep now. You can't for a while.
No.
But I can go to sleep now.
You can have food from Poster Mill.
What was he trying? Didn't, dude. You just folded like a suit. I had to eject. You're a grown-ass man. Only 90 pounds. I'm actually built of substance.
My turn.
You're done shooting, you're now in post-production, you're now editing. What's that process like?
It takes a lot of time. You'll lose a lot of sleep. It's very stressful.
Out of shooting and editing, which do you like better?
At the moment, I like neither equally. I am now 6 days behind schedule on my rough cut. I've already pushed it to Wednesday, but it is now Thursday. And some of the scenes aren't cutting together.
particularly well, which is a problem. Like I can remember getting specific angles of the scene playing out, except I don't have them in my dailies.
Why is that?
Because I don't think we got them. All right.
Ready?
Shall we go for it?
All right.
All right, let's go for a take. I'm rolling.
We want you, Travis. We want you, Travis.
We want you, Travis.
All right, cut.
So is this your first voice work you've done?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So you recorded it quite a bit today. How'd that feel? How'd that go?
It's actually completely normal. I learned that I have a real wet mouth. My mouth makes a lot of gross sounds that I don't like. Yeah.
Do you agree with that statement? Ryan does.
Very much so.
We recorded like the initial track of like the scary monster voice, and then we also did a secondary like whisper, and the whisper was real off-putting by itself because it's all just like.
Yeah, I feel very nervous because I'm watching through the new V4 of sound, and there was a lot that needed to get fixed on it for the third pass. And I don't know. I'm just nervous to watch through it. Because if it's not perfect, then we all poured our heart and souls into it.
Yeah. Excited. We're gonna have to like just practice and practice and practice and practice. It's so like tedious to like do 5 minutes.
I'm very nervous to see it on the big
The phrasing
screen.
they used was even a racist clock is right.
Oh, it is 20 seconds ahead of schedule. So I will give more of a gap.
Some notes about, how to do my job better. It's not really a big deal. I got 4 times this 2 days ago. No big deal. No big deal. I got to get things done in a possibly short amount of time. Every second matters. That 15 minutes I drive from my house to here, that's time I could be working. The 15 minutes I drive back, ditto.
I've been here since, 9:30?
Yeah,
9:45.
like that.
I've been here almost 12 hours.
Is that usual, the 12 hours?
Yeah. Yeah, because we've got an immense amount of work in a very little time.
How long till you have to the premiere?
I'd say 3 days, but that's almost not true. But pretty soon it's going to be easier to count it in hours.
The audience response and how the movie's received, does that worry you at all?
I lose sleep over it. It has to be perfect, otherwise no one will like it.
We spent a couple hours last night, several hours last night, finalizing the film. went through a bunch of notes, and we exported it. And then we exported the sound separately, and then we exported the sound and color together separately, so that took a number of hours. So we didn't really have time to watch it before we burned it to the disc because it was already after midnight. So yeah, we burned it to the disc and just let her fly.
We are 1 hour and 15 minutes away from the premiere.
How do you feel?
I feel really great. That is surreal. Holy shit. Everything is just surreal right now. It's cool. Killian's first movie.
I just like to ask one final question. In the end, was it worth it?
Absolutely. I would do it again. I would do it all over again. And I would love every second of it.
Even with losing Mr. Foster, even with shooting in the Ayers community pastures till 3 in the morning, even with day one, and the stress and the anxiety and the loss of sleep and that pressure that you felt, you would still do it again.
Absolutely. Seeing the response of everyone who came out of the theater made everything worthwhile. It made all of the pitfalls not so low. It made all of our successes even greater. It just made it worth it.
What were some of the best parts of the process of making the movie? What stuff?
Working with our crew. Just working with our crew made every moment memorable. And yeah. Working with our crew, that's the answer that I can give. There were a lot of moments that sucked, but every moment sucked a little less because of who we were with.
That makes it all worth it.